Hello there guys, Bullibo10000 here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC Twitter Theory video, and today we are going to be looking at a character that I believe I have never rated or looked at before, but is a character that I have discussed in passing on my Discord and with friends, and finally my good friend Jack has created a BBTT Twitter thread for this character. Before we get into revealing who this character is, I want to give a quick shout out to a Rayman BBTT thread that I will be covering in the future, in the next few days. I just want to leave an update on that because I know the creator watches these videos. I will be getting to your thread, don't worry, it's just because it's a Google Doc, it's gonna require a bit of scripting. This is a thread that we're covering today about the character Monokuma from Danganronpa, and for fun, I'm going to be using my Monokuma voice when reading through the entire thread because I want to irritate everyone and because I can plug my Danganronpa 1 and Danganronpa V3 playthroughs as I do it. But before we get into today's thread, I want to give a quick shout out not only to my patrons, my subscribers, and to you, the viewers, but I want to give a shout out to my two Discords that I run. The first is my Edge of Mementos Discord, which is my public Discord. It's normally called the Edge of something, and I changed the name to reflect what I'm interested in at the time. There's a great community around that Discord. Would recommend, link in the description. And my Minecraft Cubeland Discord. Today we're going to be taking on the Ender Dragon on our SMP on that Discord, and if you are interested in a Minecraft community where you can share your thoughts and interact with other people, links are down below. So anyway, it's time to get me into my Monokuma voice. I have not done this voice for a long time, so it's probably going to be horrible, but at the same time, I really want to do this. So this is going to be covering my good friend Jack at FonGrainAss's tweet, and his Twitter handle is actually a reference to a D&D adventure, Havoc's Plague, that I was actually a part of. Link to that will be in the top right corner. And I hope you guys are interested in this thread. But I will warn you, before we start, that this thread does contain major endgame spoilers for Danganronpa 1, 2, and 3 by way of certain reveals and certain information. So if you have never played Danganronpa and you want to play it in the future and you do not want to be spoiled, for example, who the mastermind in the first game is, I would highly recommend you do not watch this video. But for those of you that are still here, let us begin. Well now. I have a case for a character not many have considered, though a favorite of mine, but actually has a chance of appearing as DLC. Monokuma! Danganronpa, for those not aware, is a visual novel game following a high school called Hope's Peak, where ultimates, students with extraordinary talents, reside, until Monokuma appears and traps them inside, with only one way to escape: murdering another student and getting away with it as the Blackened. Pooh! The series has plenty of aspects for Monokuma to take moveset ideas from, as well as the final smash being what the game is known best for: the executions, because it's a punishment time. I'm going to tackle the hurdles of Monokuma first. As much as I praise Danganronpa, there is one certain American lawyer who many describe the Danganronpa games to be alike. Both games have a court/class trial where they must discuss found evidence to solve who committed the crime. It might be easier to use Phoenix Wright in a fighting game, as he has been used before, and has ties to Nintendo consoles. But Monokuma may beat out Phoenix due to popularity in the West and Sakurai himself. Although Danganronpa has yet to appear on a Nintendo console, may change as Spike Chunsoft is now an official Switch partner, it was a smash hit when the game first released, selling high for a visual novel with 258,250 copies in Japan in 2010. It was not released in Europe and the US until 2014, and came to PC in 2016 with its sequel game. It is not the biggest success of the company, but Steins Gate a whole other kettle of fish. And last, all the human characters would be extremely hard to use from Danganronpa 1 and 2's playable characters, Naegi and Hinata. There is one character who would be perfect. How they are hard to have without spoiling the game, though. Junko Enoshima. Not only the person behind the controls of Monokuma, but is revealed as the big bad of the series. The problem is, right there, why put a twist villain as a DLC character, as it ruins the original game for those who want to play after the DLC is added. She has had the biggest impact on the series, however, being the most cosplayed video game character worldwide for a few years now, submitted into Guinness World Records, and has been linked with Monokuma ever since. Now, to defend the diabolical teddy bear that is me, Sakurai and Kodaka, Danganronpa's creator, are close friends. Although Sakurai mentioning game equals Smash is a dead meme, Sakurai frequently speaks about the series. And Kodaka also talks about Smash, such as these tweets right here. What have we learned about how DLC spirits work? Danganronpa would be perfect for this, as we can get unique spirit battles based on character talents. Pooh! The executions are known for graphic detail, with the signature pink blood of the series, but we have seen other game characters being adapted into a more family-friendly environment. More recently, Joker, whose all-out attack, got changed from a blood splatter to stars. Overall, if Monokuma is the rep for Danganronpa, the series would be great for some DLC representation. You could have a class trial ground stage, established final Smash concept, a great soundtrack, plenty of characters to use as spirits, and there is favor from Sakurai himself. Monokuma, signing out. Alright, so let's tackle that one at a time. So starting off, obviously, there is a nice description of Danganronpa. It is a very popular franchise that has recently kind of boomed ever since it came to the West. Now, is it the most popular visual novel in the world? No, but is it the one that most teenagers are obsessed with now? Yes. God, yes, people don't shut up about it. People have made their own fan Danganronpas. Like, there are countless, hundreds, thousands of them. It's insane. The fandom for this game is immense. That being said, I feel Phoenix Wright actually represents the visual novel series or style of games better than Monokuma, simply because Phoenix Wright has been around longer. His series has gained more, not notoriety, but more of a reputation in the gaming scene, and that's in comparison to Monokuma and Danganronpa, which, while the games are brilliant, I absolutely adore them, I feel like they just haven't been around enough and they hadn't reached that critical success that I feel Phoenix Wright has managed to hit. And obviously Phoenix Wright already has a potential built-in moveset due to his appearances in other fighting games, whereas Monokuma, I mean, it's going to be very hard to tone down the violence with him. He's quite a violent character. Jack also brings up that Spike Chunsoft is an official Switch partner, so there is a chance we could see Danganronpa coming to the Switch. That being said, Spike Chunsoft has always worked with Nintendo. They are the creators of the Mystery Dungeon game series, after all, and that's all the Mystery Dungeons, not just Pokemon, all of them. They're the ones that helped create Chocobo's Mystery Dungeons, so Spike Chunsoft could have a variety of different games appearing on the Switch, not necessarily Danganronpa. So until I see Danganronpa on the Switch, I don't think I can necessarily believe in Monokuma as much. And obviously Steins Gate is also pretty strong in terms of its appeal and its visual novel sales. That being said, I feel like Steins Gate wouldn't really fit into a Smash setting because I feel like Steins Gate was actually more popular due to the anime and not the visual novel, even though the visual novel came first. Obviously, you can't use Junko as a character because that's a major spoiler. That's the biggest potential spoiler you could give, and that would ruin the game for anyone who's interested in it. So Monokuma really is the only option that you can have. I don't think any of the main characters necessarily really work. Maybe Makoto, if you're really trying, because Naegi has been the main character of quite a few games. He is, like, the main protagonist of the series. I feel like he could make sense, but you would really need to kind of work. Maybe you could use truth bullets to kind of shoot bullets at people, would be interesting. It is worth noting, obviously, that Junko, and by extension Danganronpa, does have a Guinness World Record due to the most popular game character for cosplay, and that is a pretty big thing. Like, that's pretty damn impressive. Although it's kind of funny how on the next page you then have longest running Japanese RPG series Dragon Quest just sitting next to Junko in that picture, in that tweet, which is quite funny given Dragon Quest is rumored to be getting a character as well. Obviously, Jack does mention that Sakurai and Kodaka have a great relationship, and they have congratulated each other on their various successes, which is always a good thing, because you know how Sakurai does like to go to creators of their games, and it is good to actually have that open dialogue with a game's creator, because that certainly helps with negotiating how to get a character into Smash, and I think that is something that Sakurai has cherished across his DLC time. And of course, Danganronpa would work with the new DLC Spirit Board. It would work brilliantly. There are enough characters that you could make tons of different DLC Spirit battles, given that everyone has a different ultimate talent. And I think that could easily work really well. I just want a Gundam Spirit. Can we just, like, get a Gundam Tanaka Spirit, please? That'd be great. The executions are what I'm a little bit concerned with, because I know that there are some executions that aren't necessarily grim. I think the best execution they could do is the first one, the Jin Kirigiri execution, where you put him into the rocket ship, you blast him into space, and then he lands down and he's just bones. You don't see any gore, you just see the bones at the end, but instead they could just have, like, the characters fall out of the rocket ship kind of, like, dizzy at the end. Maybe in a similar way to Pikmin, even, but, like, kind of a backwards Pikmin. Backwards Olimar Final Smash, that could work. But overall, I think Danganronpa is a series that has a chance. I don't think it's a big chance. I'm not gonna say, like, it's this massive chance he's definitely getting in. I think he's definitely an outlier. That being said, I would say if I was rating him, I'd give him a nice 15 to 20%. I think there is a very genuine argument for Monokuma and the Danganronpa series. I just feel like there's a less likely, and I feel like there were other people who maybe prioritized. Even though, let's be real, if Monokuma got into... I would love Monokuma. I would love Monokuma. I would adore it. I would love some Danganronpa representation in Smash. I would love to hear the Scrum debate theme remixed or just added into Smash. That would be, oh, that would be amazing. But at the same time, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I think this is a decent thread. I feel like there could have been a bit more put into the Phoenix Wright portion and about maybe why Monokuma could potentially beat Phoenix Wright. But aside from that, I think this was an okay thread, and it is definitely entertaining. And I got to use my Monokuma voice, which probably annoyed everyone. So, thank you for watching this BBTT video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my previous videos if you haven't already. And next BBTT will probably be the Rayman thread, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.